Hi, my name's Kenny. I'm the social media manager here at Connective3, and today I'm going to talk to you about social media burnout. What is it, how you can avoid it, and the impact that it could have. So I see social media as a machine that sort of runs 24/7, and any machine that kind of runs 24/7 always needs a little bit of maintenance, or eventually it will break down. For example, if it was a factory and the machine was running 24/7, they would have to make sure that everything was in working order to make sure production was always constantly going. And that is exactly the same with social media. If you don't nurture it, and if you don't sort of put in those protective layers, then it will start to break down, and therefore your results will start to go down as well, which is something that we really want to avoid. Now, the sort of key reason that I want to talk about this is because social media burnout happened to me a long time ago before I joined C3, and I was freelance, and it was not a great time. So whilst I'm building this team here at C3, and whilst we are offering social media for our clients, we want to ensure that everything is 100% running to capacity at all times. And these are the sort of three things that we've put in place here at C3 to avoid that social burnout. So the first thing I would say is using different means to sort of support you, and the main one being data. Data is king with social media, and although we are very creative people, data is super duper important. So not just looking at your likes, your engagements, your follows, that vanity data is fine, it's great, but it's looking deeper levels to sort of ensure that your strategy is going in a way that makes sense, and you're not using too much mental power and mental energy and creative energy shaping that strategy and shaping those content calendars. For example, you can look at your meta engagements. Like, although this post might have not got a hell of a lot of likes, it has got a lot of meta engagements, meaning people have zoomed in on the image, people have expanded the caption, people have swiped through the carousel, people have clicked and read the comments. And using that can say, okay, this post did well. It's not just about the vanity metrics. This post did well, how can we replicate it? How can we heighten it? It's also looking at things, for example, like the colors of your post. Does using a background that is red work better than using a background that's white? And using that to sort of take some of the pressure off yourself, and just using the data, reading the data to make sure that you're shaping a strategy and avoiding that burnout that comes with the overthinking and the constant sort of coming up with new ideas, which the 24/7 social media machine needs, essentially. Secondly, I would say utilizing other service areas and also social listening. So first of all, other service areas. We're super lucky here at Connective3. We've got a hell of a lot of different service areas that have experts. We've got our data team, we've got our design team, we've got our PR team that we can all lean upon. And we do that very, very often. So how we in the social media team see something might be translated differently from a design perspective, might be translated differently from a PR perspective. And getting those different ideas in the mix in your social media strategy is really, really important, because it takes that sort of pressure off you. It takes that added layer of sort of questioning away from you. It makes you sort of distill the ideas, get different perspective, and makes things easier, essentially. In social media, we're spinning a hell of a lot of plates, and making sure that we keep those going and getting help to keep those going is important. Social listening is something that I also really want to touch on here. That really, really helps us in the team avoid burnout. This is where you look at conversations happening online everywhere and distilling them and seeing what these audiences really want to learn about and know about. For example, one of our clients here is a skincare client, so we will go on every single month and look at what's trending in skincare, what are the top Google searches, what are people looking for, and using that to shape our content, because we know that people are searching for this. We know people want to find out more, therefore we are catering to the audience already, and we're sort of catering to what they want to see. Again, making life easier for us in a way that will avoid burnout and ensure the content is constantly fresh, constantly new. Social listening is also brilliant for identifying key influencers. Influencer discovery is something that takes a long time if you want to get it perfect, and I believe doing it manually is the best way. So utilizing these conversations, utilizing social listening really helps us distill that process down and find influencers who are relevant and talking about it within the space. So the third and final point would be stop overthinking things. I feel like social media, there's all this data, there's all these different points of reference that we need to take from to develop our strategy and to sort of keep it going, keep the machine moving. That means that sometimes we overthink it a little bit. Put yourself in your audience's shoes, your absolute target audience. For example, our skincare client, would their target audience engage with it? Would they like with it? Would they comment on this image or this post or this video? If the answer is no, go back to the drawing board. If the answer is maybe, go back to the drawing board. If the answer is yes, just post it. Don't overthink it. Make sure you've got clearance from the client, they're happy with it. Don't overthink it, because that is when you get in your head, you get that cycle, and eventually lead to burnout. Because, like I said, social media is a 24/7 machine with a lot of plates spinning all at once. So making that a little bit easier is key. So those are the 3 points that I would say are important for stopping burnout from a social media perspective, and that we've put in place here at Connected 3. So just to recap: 1, data is king. Use that data and absolutely rinse it, essentially. Number 2 is utilizing different service areas and social listening to get some more ideas, get different perspectives. And number 3, don't overthink things, because that is where you get in your head and things start to slow down. But social media constantly needs to be fresh. If you want to find out more about our social media offering here at C3, visit our website, connected3.com, drop us a message on any social media platform you can find us on, or find me on LinkedIn. I'm Kenny Metham, social media manager here at C3. Take care, have a good day.